So I put out I posted something a little while ago, about 3 4 months ago, basically telling the public that I was going to be putting out 3 albums this year. Turns out it's actually going to be four, probably three this year and then one next year, or two this year and then one at the top of next year. But anyway, all very soon. So right now I'm working on a mixtape that will be out at the latest the middle of August. A lot of people ask me like, "You sound different on It's Complicated." Some people hate that. Some people, somebody the other day, not many people, but somebody the other day was like, "You sound different on It's Complicated," sad face. But I think that person meant content. Like, they don't like me sounding unsure, like I'm wrestling. I think that tension bothers some people. Um, but uh, but the overwhelming response has been, this is a different truth. This takes us back to the faith and your earlier work. This is much different than Heartbeat and the albums that preceded it. And a lot of the question that I get is, what happened? Like, that 2 years, and what happened in that 2 year period that kind of brought you to this space? So I'm going to be addressing that. I'm talking about that on this mixtape. So that's what this mixtape is. So it has nothing to do with It's Complicated. People shouldn't expect It's Complicated, but they should expect to hear the things that kind of brought me to that space. It's coming. I mean, I was pushing for the first week of August, but my schedule's too busy. So I need to get home and settle down for a couple of days just to kind of finish it up, wrap it up. So we're probably looking at the second week of August, but it will definitely give people perspective on like what I was going through internally. And the other day, the guy that was recording me, my engineer, he stopped literally in the middle of listening to some of the music. He stopped. He was like, "This sounds really different, but I love it," And he's the guy. He's like, "I need music to relate to me." He's that guy. He was like, I connect with this. It's very down to earth. It's very much a lot of the twists and turns of my heart, leading up to It's Complicated. So it's very different, but to give people perspective, and you'll enjoy it. It's gonna be a good body of work. And then I'm working on a follow up for It's Complicated. I'm wrestling with a name. Maybe, if you are watching this, like, tweet me some names, like. I don't know, man. Like, I'm thinking about naming it For Clarity's Sake, or Just to Be Clear, or something like that. You know what I mean? I don't know yet. Like, I'm bouncing a whole bunch of ideas around. I'm putting this in the hands of the public. Y'all name this one for me, man. But it will deal with a lot of, again, it'll be much like It's Complicated in dealing with the tensions. That's what It's Complicated is. It really is just a body of work that deals with a lot of tensions that started internally, and tensions and resolves. This is the same thing. There's so much more to talk about, and a lot. There's a lot of headlines like addressing the things. How do we deal with the homosexual issue? What are all the layers? A lot of this stuff is so nuanced. A lot of the stuff we're dealing with, the reason why it's attention is because it's so nuanced, because there are so many different layers, because it's not just, it's just this. It's not simple, which is why I called the first one It's Complicated. This stuff can't be simplified. You gotta deal with it in light of what it is. You follow me? And what people get frustrated with is the oversimplification. And so what I'm going to be dealing with on It's Complicated is all the little nuances, the nooks and crannies. So please keep me in prayer on that as well, because all this stuff has to be undergirded by prayer. So, but one of the people that I'll be working with on this, her name is Amy or Ewing. Check her out. She has a book called Why I Trust the Bible. That's one of her books, Why I Trust the Bible. She's an expert on issues pertaining to sexuality, which is part of what I'll be dealing with on this, not As Complicated too, but on the follow-up to As Complicated. So she and I will, we're working through right now, how we're going to format it, because I don't want it to be like It's Complicated. It'll be redundant. But we are working out how to format it right now. But she's one of the people that I'm really excited about. She's super impactful in the UK, and she's amazing. I had something with RZIM in Chicago for 4 days. I was out there working with them, and I got a chance to go to dinner with her, and she and her husband They're doing a great work in Europe, man, and they're just great people, and they can teach their tails off. So I'm super honored. So, and then I'm working on another one right after that called X Factor, which is it's going to be the Truth meets Crowder. So I'm really I'm so hyped, y'all. So I'm so excited about all of these projects. I'm so excited about all of these projects because I know that they're necessary. And then that X Factor is just going to be a lot of fun. That X Factor is just going to be fun. Big band, big voices, big moments, epic, impactful, worshipful. If anybody has followed my work, they know that, I love the genre. I love worship music. I love to be very expressive and worshipful. That's what people love and hate about me. Why is he up there yelling? Oh, I love when he yells. That reminds me of my old pastor. So, I love when he yells. It's passionate. Why is he up there yelling? That's too Pentecostal. So I get it all. But here's the thing. It comes from a deep place. That stuff comes from a deep place. You feel me? And so this album will just be my opportunity to really, do the big worship thing, 5 to 7 songs, just a big worship album where I get to lay it all out, rap, sing, have a group behind me, big band, big Hillsong moments, So I'm really looking forward to that. Looking for God to breathe on it. So those are the 3-4 albums I got lined up. Next Sound, I would say, is the sister company to Mixed Bag. Mixed Bag now kind of focuses more on the gospel side of things. We have Virtue, we got Committed, we just signed Joshua Rogers. So just gospel music as we know it. That branch of the company will focus on those artists, where Next Sound will really just be focused on the original vision, the hybrid artist. That's still very much my vision. It's still absent. We still need it. And, we had to do some retooling over the past year, but I think we figured a lot of things out. So I think we'll be ready to go within the next couple months. And but right now we're just focusing on me. I'm a hybrid within myself, and we got our sights set on a couple others. But yeah, so Next Sound will really just be, doing what, I intended to do from the beginning, and Mixed Bag will kind of focus more on the gospel side of it.